Hey everyone, Eugene Fedorovsky from EugeneFedorovsky.com. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. I hope you're crushing it in your network marketing business and you're on the way to accomplish all the goals that you set out for this week. And today I have a question for you. Do you know what is at the root of most of fears? And my wife and I were having a conversation today about a situation that's happening, and an idea came to me. So there's a, a rudimentary set of fears that exist: fear of spiders, fear of heights, fear of elevators, fear of tight spaces, fear of public speaking, fear of death, fear of cancer, a lot of fears. And a lot of them, I've realized, tie into one place, and that is lack of knowledge. Now, typically, and from what I've heard, is that the fear of public speaking is usually present, I guess, in more people than fear of death. Which I find weird because people are more scared of speaking in public than they are of death. Kind of doesn't make sense, but and what's at the root of that? If you think about it, why are people afraid of speaking in public? Typically, it's because they think that others are going to judge them. And that usually comes from lack of knowledge. Because we don't know what's going to happen when we go out there in front of different people. It doesn't have to be a big amount of people. It could be 5 people. It could be 10 people. It could be 3 people. It doesn't matter. So fear of public speaking is a big one. I had it. I had it all the way through college. And at some point, I remember like it was yesterday. I just came up, I had my presentation ready, and I just started speaking, and for some reason it became easier and easier from that point on. I don't know what happened, what clicked, what happened in the background, but what I did notice is that the more I'm aware of what I'm going to talk about, I'm aware of the topic, and then I prefer to fill in the blanks as I'm speaking. That works for me. It doesn't work for everybody else, but that works for me. So that's what called my fear of public speaking. I just stop caring about what other people think when I'm speaking in front of them, because their opinion doesn't matter. Fear of heights. I have a fear of heights. Part of it is lack of knowledge, because I don't know what's going to happen when I get to such a tall structure. Usually it's like a bit tall building and I have to look outside. I'm not very good with roller coasters because I don't like them, being going up and down circles and stuff like that. I don't think that has anything to do with heights. But in that case, it's also lack of knowledge. Fear of looking bad. You don't want to look bad in front of other people. That's kind of lack of knowledge as well. Because we don't know, again, how the other people will react to what it is that we're presenting. So one of the reasons why people are afraid of prospecting is because they care about what the other person will think of them. And if they don't know what the other person is going to say, if they have that lack of knowledge of what the other person is going to say or how they're going to react to what we have, that stops them in their track. So how do we get over it? We come up with more knowledge about what it is that we're doing, and we become more prepared. So, for example, if you're afraid of prospecting, practice with a friend, or with an upline, or with a sideline. Practice with somebody else. Write down the rudimentary things that you would like to talk about when you're prospecting someone, and then practice on them and see how. Let them try different reactions, throw different things at you, and the more you practice with them, the better it's going to be in the real world. Because you're going to be more prepared. You're not going to have the lack of knowledge. You're going to know what to expect and how to react. So, for example, my wife and one of our upline sponsors a few years back, they did an exercise. They went to the local mall, and he spent some time throwing different objections at her and different reactions. So some of them were very weird. And then when she went out and approached other people, most of them were already practiced. So when one person was rude, she was ready for it because they practiced the scenario with the upline. So she knew that it meant nothing, and she just laughed it off. Imagine if she didn't practice, that would probably upset her. So that's, if you want to get into something and get over something, come up with as much knowledge as you can. Now, one more thing that just came to me is that at some point you didn't know how to ride a bicycle. You didn't know how to ice skate. You didn't know how to swim. So you might have been afraid of those things. You might have been afraid of the bike because you're going to fall off. You might have been afraid to go in the water because you might drown. You're afraid to go on the ice skates because you might fall and hurt yourself. But as you try the activity, you start riding a bike with the two little wheels on the back, then you learn how to balance, you get one wheel, then you remove that one, and then you go. Swimming, similar thing. So practice, knowledge and practice. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like, comment, and share. If you have any specific fears you want to talk about, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to go over them with you, see if I can help you out. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.